Stop overthinking, focus on winning. There was once a young man named Toby. Toby had big dreams. He wanted to change his life, help his family, and become someone people would be proud of. But there was one problem. He couldn't stop thinking. Every time he wanted to take a step, his mind started asking questions. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if it doesn't work out? And every single time, those thoughts made him stop. He would sit on his bed for hours, thinking, planning, worrying, but doing nothing. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. He watched people move ahead. While he stayed in one spot, he wanted to start a business. He wanted to learn a skill. He wanted to do something great. But overthinking always held him back, and he didn't even know that. While he was busy thinking, time was moving. His friends used to tell him, "Bro, just start something. You think too much." And he would smile and say, "I will, soon." But soon never came. One night, after another long day of doing nothing, Toby sat outside in the quiet, looking at the stars. He thought about all the things he wanted to do, and how little he had actually done. He felt tears roll down his face. He whispered, "Why am I scared of something that hasn't even happened?" That question hit him deeply. He realized his biggest problem wasn't failure, it was fear. That night, he made a promise to himself. He said, "Tomorrow, I'll just do one thing. No matter how small, I'll do something that moves me forward." The next morning, he woke up early. He didn't wait to feel ready. He didn't wait for motivation. He just started. He went back to his old passion, barbing. He had stopped before because he thought he wasn't good enough. But that day, he picked up his clipper again. He offered a free haircut to one of his neighbors just to prove to himself that he could still do it. It wasn't perfect, but it was something. And that was the beginning of his change. At first, the voice of fear was still there. It kept whispering, "What if you mess up?" But the more Toby acted, the quieter that voice became. He started recording his haircuts with his small phone. He began posting little videos online, not for fame, but to remind himself that he was growing. Some people ignored it, some laughed, but others loved it. One of his videos got shared. A customer walked into his shop one day and said, "I saw your video, I like your style. Can you cut my hair?" That small moment changed everything. Toby realized people were actually watching. That gave him hope. He started learning new styles online, watching tutorials, practicing on his friends, improving every day. His confidence came back, slowly but surely, and his mindset started changing too. He understood something powerful. Overthinking doesn't solve your problems. It only steals your peace. Action, no matter how small, builds courage. One evening, while cleaning his shop, Toby smiled to himself. He remembered how scared he used to be to even hold his clipper. Now, he was cutting, creating, and even teaching others. Weeks passed, and people started to notice the difference in him. He smiled more. He looked focused. He was no longer afraid of trying. One day, a friend asked him, "How did you do it? How did you stop overthinking?" And Toby smiled and said, "I stopped asking, 'What if I fail?' and started asking, 'What if I win?'" That was it. He stopped waiting for the perfect time. He stopped waiting for people's approval. He stopped worrying about what could go wrong. Instead, he focused on what could go right. Life didn't suddenly become easy for him. There were still challenges. Some days he didn't make any money. Some days customers didn't show up. Some days his phone battery died before he could record his videos. But this time, he didn't stop. He told himself, "As long as I keep moving, I'm winning." Toby learned that peace doesn't come from controlling everything. It comes from trusting your journey. So if you're listening to this right now, remember Toby's story. You don't need to have it all figured out before you start. You don't need to wait for the perfect time. You just need to start, even if it's small. Because your dreams won't wait for you to stop worrying. They're waiting for you to start walking. Don't let your mind hold you back. You've thought enough. Now it's time to move.